Hey, I just have a question for you, Fringe Elements. Really quickly about. I just watched your response to Nykytyne's what is it, horrible, terrible, no good, very bad video on public schools. Which I agree. I thought his video was pretty bad. Um, I think this is an interesting. I'm enjoying watching this discussion. But I just had a quick question. Towards the end of your video, you talk about, maybe it won't be quick. Towards the end of your video, you talk about um, the sort of solidification of the specific beliefs of the intellectual elite in public schools, and you use the example of history specifically, and the more specific example of the New Deal. My question is, do you have a is your problem with uh okay, is your problem that the specific interpretations of history that are taught in school uh, are wrong in some sense, like in factually mistaken, uh, demonstrably false, whatever, or is your problem that is your problem with, in general, uh, indoctrinating children to any specific interpretation of history? Because it seems like, because I mean, it's if it's the latter, if it's that you have a problem in general with teaching children any specific version of history, because it's all interpretation. I think in one of your other videos you talk about this. Maybe I'm getting confused with someone else. Uh, how the history is sort of this weird. It's not strictly objective, and we're all sort of, all history is an interpretation of an interpretation of an interpretation of an interpretation, all the way back to down to someone who saw something happen, uh, and who even seeing that happen is interpreting it, uh, just when they see it. I don't know if you have never said such a thing and don't believe that. I'm sorry. Um, but is that your problem? Is it a general problem with trying to reduce history to any sort of objective state of affairs that can be known for certain? Um, because if that's the case, then it seems weird. Then it seems a little weird that you would that you would then say, oh well, then, but what, you don't hear these facts, you don't hear these facts, these facts, because then on the one hand you're saying all history is interpretation, and it doesn't make sense to uh, try to make it objective, and yet you're wrong. It's wrong that they teach this history because they're missing all these facts. All the which uh, it seems like you're presenting them as objective. Um, so I guess that's really a vague question, but my question really is just what exactly is your problem with, if you want to just stick with a New Deal example, that would be good. What exactly is your problem with that example? Is it a general problem with trying to make history an objective thing, or is it a specific problem about getting facts wrong? Because I don't think it can be both, right? And it kind of seemed to me like you had a sort of like vanilla chocolate swirl of those two problems, and I don't think you can, because if your problem is the one, then the other would be weird to even bring up. So yeah, that's my question. Thanks. I appreciate it. Good video.